Welcome to Revolutionize Your Marketing with John Petro Sr. We are here on Fridays at 4 p.m. Central to learn all the things that we need to know about how to revolutionize your marketing. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring in our wonderful host, John Petro Sr. Welcome, John. How are you today?
Hey, not too bad. So, welcome, folks, to Revolutionize Your Marketing. I'm John Petro Sr., owner of Mill City Marketing, MA. And I have a guest on today who is not going to be on camera, but she will be on audio. She is an aspiring chef. So we'll talk about food and cooking tonight. Come on in, Adelaide Gray.
Hey, John, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
Doing great. Nice to see you.
So good to have you on.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm good. I love being on here. Great.
So, where are you as being a chef? What type of foods do you cook?
Well, I'm the owner of a startup company called the Maroon Cafe. It's Jamaican, Italian, and French infusion. And it's health and happiness on a plate. That's what we're all about because it's no antibiotics, no hormone, and it's also gluten free. And we're most interested in cooking Jamaican, Italian, and French infusion. That's what we're all about. So that's basically what the kind of cuisine that we cook. And basically this is not just your any food. It's basically food that are healthy, with proper quality ingredients, and as I said before, with no antibiotics, no hormone, and it's also gluten free. So that's the route that we choose to go, investing in our local farmers, that practice does do those sustainable practice of what I'm talking about. So those are the farmers that I will be using for my business as well. And we also will be introducing Jamaican coffee as well. That will be part of the business, which is 100% Jamaican coffee, which is known worldwide. But not so much. It's known well in the States, but it's a coffee that's being shipped mostly to Japan, mostly. It mostly was being used by the wealthy in Japan. But yeah, so that would be part of our business. And also, I just want to mention that I'm also a proud member of Project Die Hard as well. So I'm just want to put that out there, where we support veteran, and also how that retain to my business, which I'm passionate about, is our food truck, which is going to have a separate entrance that is dedicated to veterans and people with disability. So I'm really, really proud of that project as well.
Good. Yeah, I hear quite a lot about Project Die Hard.
Yeah.
Our lovely network person,
Yes.
Kurt, is very much involved with it.
Yes. So, John, I want to quickly tell the viewers that on June 7th, we'll be doing a telethon for the Project Die Hard dedicated to the veterans. So I want everybody to come out. And I'm also will be doing live cooking stream as well. So I'll be doing a dish so everybody can come out and support the veterans, and also support me as a coming up chef. We'll be doing my live cooking as well.
Good. That, that's good. We may have my guest from last week on the telethon.
Yes.
I'll see if I can talk her into it. She was kind of excited about it when I mentioned it to her. So, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, folks, that's definitely going to be a good time you're going to want to tune into. It is an 8-hour event coming out of 4 different locations. Um, but we can get you the details on that if you're interested. Um, we can put, we can get the links out to you and stuff. Um, but getting back to food, that's an interesting combo of Jamaican, Italian, French.
Yes.
Um, French and Italian, I'm with. Jamaican, I don't think I've ever tried Jamaican food.
Well, it's quite delicious, to be honest with you. One of simple dish which is very simple to make is a Jamaican brown stew chicken, where it's absolutely you season the chicken with all of your season and your different spices. And when I say, I know a lot of people when you say spices, John, they think of hot, and that's not what I mean when I say spices. I mean all of your seasonings that puts a meal together, that to give it that nice bold flavor, and all your herbs and all that stuff. Putting that on the meat with one ingredients that we actually use as well, which is our browning, to put on the meat to give it that nice color as well. So that's a dish that is very simple. Just put a little bit of oil in the pot, put that in, drop it in, stir the chicken a little bit, cover it. It's really simple. It let the chicken steam, and it will create its own liquid. And if you see like it's drying out a bit, just add some water. It's pretty simple. Not doesn't
Hmm.
It's not hard at all. That's one Jamaican dish that's easy to make.
Yeah, see, yeah, that sounds really easy.
Yeah. And I know you were talking about the bold flavors. Can you're probably wondering how I came to put the Jamaican and the Italian together, right?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Well, it's basically using, say, for example, like these are some Jamaican ingredients and Italian ingredients. Like the Italian, the pasta. I love the fettuccine pasta, which is amazing. That's one of my favorite pasta. Um, so what we'll do, like the chicken breast, of course, or the chicken, the chicken thighs, the piece without the bone, which is much more juicy than the chicken breast itself. We will cut those in little strips. We'll season them, put a little curry on it, and we'll saute that in a little bit of oil, right? Add a little bit of coconut milk with some of your herbs and spices as well. Let that cook down for a little bit, and make sure you just cook your pasta. Make sure that's not cooked fully. Your pasta should be al dente, as they would say, right?
Yeah.
And once the chicken is finished to cook, you drain the water off your pasta, you add your pasta in, you taste as you go and see whatever it needs with the coconut milk. And if it needs a little bit more coconut milk, then you can add a little bit in there. And that's what you would call like a Italian Jamaican dish.
Hmm, you're making me hungry here. But, yeah, I like Italian dishes.
I love Italian food. When I went to, John, I have to tell you that I do also have a degree in culinary. And when I was in culinary school, they asked me, would you want to major in Asian or you want to major in Italian? And quickly it was a no-brainer for me. I said Italian because I love Italian food. No-brainer for me.
Yeah, yeah. Someday I hope to travel to some of these countries and um, taste the actual food that they make in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Like my guest last week with the International Cookbook. Um,
Yes.
I have to start trying some of her recipes that are in there. I have the
I'm
cookbook.
also
I
I'm
just
also
have,
coming out with a cookbook as well, right? It's called Fusion Jamaican, Italian, and French Collide. So I'm basically coming out with that pretty soon, with different recipes on with the same concept, so people can have an idea that they can, use cook that in their kitchen. They can idea of the different ingredients to put together to make the Jamaican and the Italian come together as well.
interesting. Oh, when the book comes out, you'll have to come back on again. so we can promote the book.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No problem.
Send a, send me a couple of pictures of some of the meals, and we'll put them out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh, yeah, food's always a good topic of mine.
Yeah.
Can't survive without food.
No, you can't. Absolutely.
Um, I still make some. There's a couple of dishes that my mother used to make that I still make once in a while. Um,
Right.
some some of the kids don't like them, so I don't make them too often. Just want
Hmm.
to say, well, if you don't want to eat this, then find something on your own.
Right.
But yeah, my wife got a no bake cheesecake recipe from her aunt, and her grandmother is the one who originally had the recipe, and they made us promise not to give the recipe out to anybody.
Right.
So we haven't made them in a couple of years, but we used to make them at all the holidays, and they used to go. Um, the problem is that the recipe, you end up with about 6 to 8 cheesecakes out of the one recipe. I
Wow.
haven't figured out how to evenly divide it up because the ingredients
Mhm.
aren't always don't always work out right. I've tried it.
And I bet that was yummy as well because parents and grandparents they can cook really well.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's for sure. Um, yeah, it's recipes like that that hard to find. Um,
Nice.
I've actually when I was working for the local newspaper, I actually used to take orders for the cheesecakes,
Ooh.
and yeah, I used to have them pay me just basically the cost of making one. And we when I was doing that, I used to have to make 2 batches of the recipe
Hmm.
because once they tasted them, they wanted them all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I love cheesecake. It's my favorite.
yeah. And we bought some cheesecakes in the store, and it's just not the same.
Not the same. Absolutely, because she did it, and when you do it with so much love,
Yeah,
it's different.
it takes it takes a little work to make them. They work,
Yes.
and I put different toppings on them. Um,
Hmm.
I I made strawberry one, blueberry one, apple one. I even made myself a pineapple one. Me, I love pineapples.
Yeah, me too. I love pineapples. Pineapples
Pineapple
are
cheese
amazing.
got that little tropical flair to it with the pineapple.
Right. Exactly.
But so, what kind of French dishes?
Oh, so French dish, it was basically like similar to the brown stew, which I was telling you about. They do a similar stuff like that in France. Um, you know, but I would add like potatoes to it as well, and it give
Hmm.
it like a little bit of French flair. Also, we'll be doing as well like poutine, but it's a French, uh, Canadian French twist on that, like a jerk poutine or a curry chicken poutine with coconut milk in there, that sort of thing. So that's something like a twist on those, like a French Canadian twist.
Yeah,
Uh,
my grandparents on my mother's side were Canadian French, so
Nice.
definitely know what you're talking about there.
That's great.
And yeah, some of the dishes that she used to make came from my father's side. My grandparents on his side came from Syria, so we've got a little bit of that going too.
Oh,
But I haven't figured out from putting the two types together on that though. That's a little
Mm-hmm.
different. But yeah, I was thinking the other day, um, something I haven't made in a while. I
And
could,
even cheese, cheese is also French, you know, cheese, that's a
yeah,
French thing. So there's so many things you can do with cheese. You know, because even on our menus as well, we're developing a jerk pizza, or and also for vegetarians like a kalaloo or aki pizza. So aki is a fruit in Jamaica, which is our national fruit. That basically grown a tree, but it's purely 100% vegan vegetarian thing that you can basically cook. You can cook it like it's a meat, and it's absolutely delicious. You do that with some sweet peppers, onions, garlics, and stuff like that, and with a little bit of seasoning, and it's absolutely amazing, brilliant.
hmm,
And once you do that, you can put that on, you know, a pizza as well. Spread it out with the peppers and onions and stuff like this, and add some nice vegan mozzarella.
oh yeah,
And just one thing you have to make sure is that the dough is also gluten free, because we are doing no gluten. Yeah, and that will taste fantastic.
it sounds good too.
Yeah.
I said you're making me hungry here.
Oh. Yeah, so there's a bunch of things. So we're taking care of everybody, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, meat eater. We're taking care of everybody.
Yeah, but, yeah, definitely have to have you back on when you get your cookbook out. Um,
Yes, that's what I'm working on right now. You know, to getting it published for sure. Yeah. So once that on, I will definitely let you know. Or if I don't see you around, I will just let Kurt know, and then he can be able to relay the message to you, and you can just tell me when you want to have me on.
yeah, so, see, we're running out of time here very soon. Um, any last things that you want to say to our listeners?
So come again.
Any last words for our listeners? We're running a little low on time.
So I want to say to all of our listeners, make sure that you come out on the internet on June 7th to support the Telethon for the veterans, and come out and take a look at me also. I'll be doing a dish. I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm just going to give one in. It's steak. That's all I'm going to say. So just come out.
Yeah.
Just take a, just come out, watch the telethon. They're going to be entertainment, live entertainment. They're going to be live cooking, where I'm going to be one doing it as an executive chef, doing a dish. So it's going to be amazing. So just come out, support veterans, and support me as well, and just come on the internet and live stream and have a good time, and invite your friends over so they can watch as well. Or if they can't come over, tell them to tune in on their phones, wherever they can tune in
Yeah, let's get
and
some,
support.
what do we say? Let's get some watch parties going for this.
Yeah,
And if anybody does get a watch party going, definitely let us know so we can highlight you out there.
exactly.
All right. Um, Sue, did you want to jump in here with some closing words? Might take Sue a minute or two to come back on.
Yeah.
But if anybody's interested in coming on my podcast, um, simply come on Alignable. Find me on Alignable. Um, you can shoot me an email. My email address is millcitymarketingma ma@gmail.com. Again, that's Mill City Marketing, ma@gmail.com. And if you want to see my past podcast, go onto YouTube and type in Revolutionize Your Marketing with Mill City Marketing MA, and they should all come up. And please like and subscribe to my channel and share it. And if any of the podcasts you like, feel free to share them. But please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll 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 enjoy some of the podcasts for sure. And if you're onlineable, if you're a business owner and you're onlineable, I put out on Lineable and on some of the other platforms who my guests are coming up in later in the week. I usually get that out by Wednesday. Something new I started doing to get the word out. So thanks for listening in, and thanks for viewing afterwards. If you check it out on YouTube at a later date.
And thank you so much for having me on, John.
And thank you for coming on.
No worries.
Thanks again for another wonderful episode here of Revolutionize Your Marketing with John Petro Sr. This has been amazing. And Angeline, thank you so much for joining us as well. Until next week, we're here every Friday at 4 p.m. Central. And